Come
Hi,
again.
good morning. Yeah. Good
Yes.
morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us from around the world. I am Dr. Rimpi Arora, President of the RCS Positive Ability Rotary Club in India, currently engaged as the Principal Researcher for India's first multi-inclusive film, Rab the Awaz, which means the voice of God in English. It's an absolute honor to welcome you to this special session of our live broadcast series, proudly brought to you by the Rotary Club of World Disability Advocacy. This series is a space for a meaningful conversation where we meet individuals for meaningful conversation who are creating change by breaking barriers and building new paths for inclusion and dignity. Today, we bring you a story of strength and transformation. Please join me in welcoming our special guest, Zinda Victor from Rwanda, a polio survivor, resilience warrior, and author of the book The Tested Life of Unceasing Hope. Zinda once stood at the edge of life, ready to give up, but what happened next is not less than the miracle. His journey from despair to purpose is a powerful reminder that even in our darkest moment, hope can lead us forward. So stay with us as we listen to a story that will inspire your heart and renew your faith in the strength of the human spirit. Zinda, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome. You're welcome,
To
Dr.
begin,
Rimpi.
thank you. To begin,
Yes.
could you please introduce yourself to the audience?
Yes. Uh, Dear Dr. Rimpi, thank you so much for hosting me. It's been a blessing to have time with you. And I also greet everyone viewing this and those to view this public speak to to the people around the world. It's a blessing to speak to you, and I'm here to speak about my challenges, personal challenges, and of how I overcame them along the way. But as you've requested me to introduce myself briefly, my name is Zinda Victor. I'm a father, I'm a husband and a father. I'm a husband to one wife, and I'm a father of four biological children. And the fifth one is an adopted daughter. Then I'm physically disabled because of polio and measles, a combination of measles and polio that crippled me at an early age of 1 year. So I'm a Rwandan by nationality. I stay in Kigali city, the city of Rwanda. So I'm working for a local NGO as head of HR and administration for almost 14 years now. But before coming to where I'm working now, I worked in other private sectors and public sector. So I think that's all about me. I had forgotten to tell you that I'm a bachelor's degree holder. I studied business administration, and I also hold a postgraduate diploma in theology and leadership. So that's my education. I was forgetting to talk about my education briefly. Dr. Limpi, that's my introduction.
Thank you, Zinda, for introducing us you as a personal and professional person. So, would
Yes,
you kindly share your life experience as a physical disabled person and what
yes,
prompted you to write your life story book?
yes. Uh, exactly. I, I have to share this briefly because it's a long story. As I mentioned a bit, I became disabled at an early age of 1 year of birth. So I was born without any disability, and I was the firstborn, born in village, deep in a village in the country of Uganda, where my parents had gone as refugees. They went there as refugees from Rwanda, and they stayed they got married, and I happened to be the firstborn among 10 children. So when I was 1 year almost, as I was told, I was infected with measles. Measles weakened me so much, and before I got healed of measles, polio came in. So the two diseases ended up crippling me, and I ended up failing to walk again. And since then, that's when I started facing real challenges of a physically disabled person right from childhood, and I have a lot of stories to talk about the challenges and how I came along overcoming them. One of the challenges is that I was taken to different hospitals, including herbalists. My parents tried their best, and they moved from one place to another. At one time, when I was almost 6 years, they operated me. They operated both legs, expecting me to be able to walk with the crutches, not to crawl down. But unfortunately, after the operation, they took me back home immediately, and when they advised them to do this physiotherapy, and which they never did well, because whenever they tried to do the physiotherapy, as they were asked or advised, I could cry, and they feared to make me cry now and again. So they stopped doing the physiotherapy, and I ended up having my legs contracted again. And they said, when they took me back to the hospital, they said I had to be operated again. So my father feared to accept that, and he refused to take me for second operation. And he said, if they operate you, you might die. I'm not sure whether you will survive, because even when they operated you the first time, the leg which was stronger became weak. So my father feared to approve the second operation. So I started life of crawling down. I was crawling down with buttocks down and legs, pulling the legs on the ground. In rain, I could do that in myself. During sunshine, the sun was disturbing me so much. Hot during dry season, and I didn't use sandals. I didn't use shoes. I was just crawling down barefooted and without any sandals in the hands. So it was a hard life. So with that situation, other kids used to laugh at me. People around in the neighborhood, some could sympathize with me. They could see me and cry. Others could laugh at me. Others could yell at me, saying that this boy is not going to survive for long. They could say that when I'm hearing, but the good thing, my parents, both my father and my mother, though they were poor peasants in the village, they were having parental love. They loved me, and so that love kept encouraging me amidst all the discouragements and the yelling and the teasing. So time came, and I desired to go to school, but there was no way I could go to school because I was very weak. crawling down to this from home to school, it was very hard. But time came, and when I was almost 10 years, others were going to school, but I could remain home, and I felt so miserable seeing other kids going to school, leaving me home. So there came a school near our home, but it was like 1 kilometer from home, and that meant it was near. So my father sent me to that school, and it had only 2 classes, primary 1 and primary 2. So when I reached there, I became so bright. I was so smart, but kids could tease me, they could feel scared of me. But because I started working well, performing well, some other kids started befriending me, and I started getting friends. So others could come to me for help with their studies and homework. So I can say in belief that the life of disability, physical disability, right from childhood to today, if I can say, it has been full of challenges, which included feeling hopeless, feeling discouraged, feeling I developed inferiority complex. There is a time I developed inferiority complex. There's time I could cry alone, saying especially when I was a child, I could see others going to play football, going running, playing all sorts of games, and I could feel bad, and I could say, why did I become like these other kids? So that could make me feel bad, and feel miserable. So I could also hear other people advising my parents, and other people commenting that I'm going to be a beggar in life. I'll not study. I'll not go far with education. Others could advise me or advise my parents to take me for to learn how to repair shoes. Others could advise parents or others that they should take me to the roadsides to beg. But all that irritated me, because I never wanted it to be a burden to others or to become a beggar. But the good thing, my parents kept on trying their best to educate me. When I finished primary 2, there was no any other class with that school. So my father had to advise me to repeat the class, and he gets some other options after 1 year. So I repeated the class. After the second sitting, my father bought a bicycle and assigned one of my cousin brothers to ride me to the school daily. But that cousin brother was not so much older than me. He rided me on the bicycle. Unfortunately, one time when we were coming from school, my leg fell in spokes, bicycle spokes. I don't know whether you understand the spokes. Spokes so crushed me so much, almost cutting off my foot. So that one also became another big setback, became another big problem along the journey of physical disability. It added another pain on the already existing pain of physically being disabled. So I fell sick for almost 4 months. But after that, I recovered, and they took me back. Then my father started taking me himself to school and going for other daily activities he was doing with the bicycle. So I studied I completed primary level and I studied well. So I qualified well, but there was a big problem getting admission in a school because there were no friendly facilities in school. In those schools, almost in every school, there was no friendly facilities for people with disabilities. So whenever I went for admission, they never wanted to give me the admission. But fortunately, the district inspector of the schools saw me struggling in rain when I was going to do the national exams, and he offered to give me a school, free admission in a school, because of my courage and resilience he realized in me. So when I completed primary level, he took me to that school, and he accepted because he was a district supervisor, so they didn't have to argue. They accepted me, but it was also a long story because I used to be there to stay at school. I was boarding, and boarding I had to fetch water from the well. I had to wash for myself. I had to take water in the bathrooms, and the bathrooms were not friendly at all. They were not. They were public and unfriendly to people with disabilities. So even the classes, there were some stairs to some from one school to another. There were some stairs. But what I forgot, time came when the bicycle hit me. My dad bought me a tricycle, which I ride using the hands. So I could go with that tricycle at school, and my father had to give me some pocket money to use for repairs whenever it had any mechanical problems. So, but fortunately, I got some good friends at school, and they could help me to wash for me. I could wash, and they take the clothes for hanging, and they could fetch water, and I could also in return bless them somehow with some pocket money. So that's how I survived with high school, and I completed high school when I was almost 23 years. It was because I started a bit late, and when I completed, I remember at high school I also faced a lot of problems because after completing form of grade 4 of high school, I had to go to another school because at that school there was no the grade 5 and grade 6 were not there. So getting a vacancy in a school to study grade 4, 5, and 6, it became also a big struggle because whenever I went, they could not accept me. They could not give me the admission, saying that I can't manage to study there because there are no facilities. They never wanted to have me as a burden. So that one also irritated me. So those are things that irritated me, denying me admissions for no reason, but simply because of being disabled. The negative public comments used to discourage me, failing to play with the other kids. That also irritated me. The comments of people, parents around, friends of our parents around who could say, "Don't waste your time, your money. Education is not going to help this young man." But I'm happy. My parents did not listen to such advices. They kept on educating me, and here I am. I'm educated. As I told you, I hold a bachelor's degree in business administration and a postgraduate diploma, as I said. So, in short, my experience as a physically disabled person is all about negative public opinion, the things that I used to fail to do, like playing, like, and the public comments against me, discouraging my parents, and the inferiority complex that developed in me. That also did bad in my emotional life. But I thank God that today I'm having no inferiority complex. I'm self-confident. Today I'm educated. I'm no longer struggling with continuing to study. If I want, I can go back. So here, people used to say I can't get married. I'm married. People used to say I won't be able to survive without begging. I've never begged. I've never depended on begging. People used to say this person is going to die prematurely, but I'm now 57 years and I'm still alive. I'm still strong. So people used to say, I can't make a home, but I have my own home now. I have my own home. People used to say I can't get a job, but though it was very hard for me to get a job, but I kept on getting jobs, but with hardships. But I could keep struggling until I could secure jobs. And I've never, where I've been working, I have worked. I've never been dismissed. It's me who resign for other opportunities elsewhere. And here where I'm working, as I said, I'm almost 14 years working in the same place. So I thank God, and I really pay tribute to my parents and other people who have been supportive along the way to be able to study through all those hardships. Thank you, Dr. Rip. I think I
So
think of yes,
it is very interesting, but it is disheartening to know about the challenges that you have mentioned right now. I
yes, yes,
feel that many of us, like you have faced number of challenges from your childhood, or since your childhood you have facing, like
yes,
perception of the people towards people with disability,
yes,
physical barriers, acceptance of the persons with disability in educational institutions. But
yes,
despite these challenges, what I felt or what I was able to relate with you, that is the support of family. That is the family support, and number of times you have highlighted about your father. So
yes,
like you, many of us also feel that today we are where we are, it is just
mm,
because of the family support and the people around us, those who are there to support us. So
yes,
that is what I have taken away from your discussion. But
yes,
another thing that I also like to ask from you, that when you are
yes,
facing these challenges, you have mentioned about your frustration, you have
yes,
mentioned about disheartening. Did you feel ever to give up? Because this you have mentioned in your book also. So have you
yes,
ever felt to give up? So would you
yeah.
like to highlight that incident, please?
Yeah, as you mentioned about the book,
Yeah.
I named my book, uh, which I published last
Okay.
year 2024. I gave it a title that the test life of unceasing hope. As a human being, sometimes I could feel like giving up, like when my legs fell in the spokes, and my foot almost got off. I felt like giving up, but I said no. If I get healed, if I get recovered, I will get back at school. I'll get back to
Okay.
school, And my father was very happy to hear that I still had courage to go back to school, because he was also getting puzzled whether I could go back to school. Another thing that discouraged me one time, when people say there was a war, there was a war in Uganda, and I had just joined high school, so we ran away from the school, and we lost everything we had, and I went in the city of Kampala. I looked for a relative, and I stayed with the relative till the war ended. I felt like I could quit education and do business, because I asked my cousin sister to give me some few items from her shop, and I started selling those few things on the roadside, sitting on my wheelchair, and could sell some few items on that table, a small table, and people liked to buy from me, because they were saying, this young boy, instead of begging, he's trying to make a business. So people give me, could buy and give me more money, more than worth of the price, the worth of the prices. So encouraging me that you are, at least for you, are not a beggar. So I said, why can't I continue with business and quit education? But when the war ended, I said I can't quit education. So and I got news that my parents were still alive, because they were in a war zone, a battle zone. So I never knew. By then, we didn't have phones. We didn't have mobile phones, cell phones. So I got to know they were alive. So I went back home, and my dad tried to sell some cows and took me back to school, because he realized I was very much willing, and he also encouraged me that I should quit business and go back to school. So another thing that used one time discouraged me, something that discouraged me most, is when after high school I joined the college, and after completing college, graduating at college, I came to Rwanda right away after the genocide against Tutsi. I came to Rwanda with other people from exile. So the country wanted so many people to work, because many employees had died, and many educated people had died. So with my education, I was very qualified. I was highly qualified to take up a good job. But whenever I took my applications, they could just dump them, and I could wait in vain. I could wait in vain, and I could realize some other people who applied could get a job even with less education than me, and so I came to realize it was because of disability. So that one irritated me so much, and I spent almost 2 years without a job. Yet I had submitted so many applications in different places. But one day, I wrote it in even the book here. I wrote details in this book of mine. The day I had prepared to commit suicide, so I bought some tablets, saying that I'll take the tablets and then commit suicide, because life is useless for me. I struggled to study, and nothing's now getting out of it. So it seems I'm likely to end up begging. But I thank God, because where I was staying at my cousin's brother in the city of Kigali, I used to come and stay, then go back to village. So, but that house when I said, let me take the tablets. My parents, I mean, those people, I could feel. I mean, I could listen. They were still awake. So I said, if I take the tablets and if I start struggling to, as I'm dying, they might come and they maybe save me. And I feel so so small. So I said, let me wait until I feel no one is awake. So, but I ended up postponing, and I said I would do it tomorrow, and I would first write a letter. I mean, a letter, yes, to my parents and the family, telling them the reason of my committing suicide. But the following day, one of my young brothers came to visit me, and we sat together, we conversed, and my brother was telling me good things, good ideas, encouraging me, as if he knew what I was planning, but he didn't know. It was just a divine plan. So I said, I'm loved. I said, I'm still loved, and things can be possible, because my brother was encouraging me, telling me that you get well, you get a job. I know you get a job, though you've spent so many months without a job, but I know you get a job. So I postponed committing suicide till now, and I've never thought about
Like,
it.
so from this story, what I felt is like when you are at the lowest point, somebody has come and knocked the door, right? So this has
Yes, yes.
made me
So
remind.
I had someone knocking. I had someone knocking. Knocking. I said, "People are awake." I just hid the tablets, and I said, "I'm not going to. I'm not going to."
That is you
Yes,
felt that you would not going to commit, that you are going to face the challenge. This is what
yes,
it is about.
yes,
So this has
and
reminded me
a
what it
few.
has reminded me. Sorry for interrupting. Sorry.
Yes.
Carry on, please. Carry on. Zinda, over to you. Carry on, please.
Hello.
Hello. Am I audible? Hello. Hello.
Ye-
Zinda, am I audible?
ye- Yes, please.
Okay. So I said what the story that you have mentioned to me right now, the story that you were telling about you committing suicide, and
Yes,
later on you realize that you are not going to take that step. Until
yes,
now, you are not going to that step. So
yes,
what makes me or what reminds me about this is there is a message in the film that in which I am working on it. There is a
yes,
message that voice lies within the persons only, that
yes,
you it is only that we need to hear from our inside that
yes,
we are not less than other, we are capable enough, and like in that disability is not inability, right? So
yes, yes,
what
yes, yes.
would you like to tell rest of the world to understand clearly that disability is not inability?
Yes, thank you so much. This is a statement that has really
Yeah.
made me strong and kept me moving, because
Okay.
right from childhood, though I used to struggle with different challenges, but I thank my parents never failed to train me
Hmm.
using other parts of my body. Like I used to wash, sit on a chair, and they bring water. I wash clothes for the family. Not it was not torturing me, but they were just training me, so others could go and do some other work, home activities which require physical abilities, but I could use my hands, could use my brain, could use
Correct.
my brain to give directives to my young siblings. And I used to wash, I used to iron clothes, I used to to sweep. I could crawl down and sweep the compound, even the house. I could do a peel, harvest coffee. I could get a stick and pull the tree, the coffee trees, and pull it down and then start harvesting. So I used to do some different activities at home. So I grew up with that positive mindset that I have to use other parts that have no problem, that other parts of my body that have no problem, to to show that disability is not inability. So I grew up with that positive mindset that I have to use other parts of my body to be productive. Up to now,
Yeah.
I do. That's why I said, if I can't do any other, maybe other business, I can, but I can sit down and write. So that's how I came up to write a book. I published last year, and I started writing it in 2014, and I
Okay.
published it in 2024. So after 10 years, but I used to write 30 minutes like that. Whenever I get free time, I write. So till I got it out, and I'm still uh, having plans to write more books,
Okay.
to inspire
Okay.
people, to share stories with people that can help and motivate them. Yeah. So that's what I can
So,
say with
okay.
the statement, disability is not inability.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, what message would you like to give to the young generation who are struggling with the, like any kind of the challenges? What message would you like to give them?
Yeah, the message I can give to the younger people struggling with disabilities, first is just to have positive mindset, and again, that goes to the parents. Those who have parents, the parents need to show special love to the people. I mean, to the young ones with disabilities. Show them love, motivate them, just as I was motivated by my parents. And again, if the young kids, what I would tell them that disability is not an ability, as I've just mentioned. Think that they should have it in mind that if my legs are not working well, but my hands can work well, my mouth can work well, my eyes are working well. If my eyes are not working well, but my legs are working, if my ears are not working well, but I have my hands, I have my head, my head is working. So you can do so many things. For example, I have a friend I supported with a wheelchair. Uh, I had the relatives telling me that there is a young boy who is not able to get out of house. He's just crippled legs and even the hands. That if the boy can get a wheelchair, so I got a gift of a wheelchair, and yet I had another one. I said, let me send the new wheelchair to that boy. That was 2005, I think. 2005, I think. But instead of using that wheelchair to just to go out for sunshine, the wheelchair was used to take him to school. The boy went to school, and the boy became so bright. The good thing now, he's at university, pursuing a bachelor's degree in law, and because of his being smart, he got even full scholarship of Mastercard. So he's now in his third year of university, but
Okay.
his legs and hands are not working well. But he is a positive-minded boy, So young ones, please, wherever they are, be positive. Have it in mind that disability is not inability, and those who laugh at you, don't just give them time. If you work hard, they'll come to you. They'll come back to you. So, like people who used to laugh at me, now admire me. They admire me, and I inspire them. So there are so many people I have inspired who used to laugh at me, who used to despise me, but I don't pay them back. But they have learned that disability is not an ability.
Okay.
Yes.
So, would you like to request, if you have any request to Rotary World Disability Advocacy, eh, would you like to highlight any request?
Request to
Rotary
Rotary.
World Disability, yeah, Rotary World Disability Advocacy.
Yeah, my request here to Rotary disability
Yeah,
advocacy, disability advocacy. One thing is just as its name, to increase the advocacy worldwide, and to support my initiatives. I'm planning to. I'm in a process of registering an organization which I named Unceasing Hope Foundation.
okay,
I'm in the process of registering it here in Rwanda. So I would love to partner with the Rotary World Disability Advocacy, so that
okay,
I can deliver the services I want to deliver for the for the better life of people with disabilities. Uh, the objectives, the objectives of this organization include advocacy, include transforming lives of people with disabilities, spiritually, economically, socially, and emotionally. So, in fact, the sales from this book, I save some percentage purposely for to keep funding that organization when it gets started. So that one is a big request. Another
okay,
request is to 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 prepare such platforms where I can share my experiences, because now I believe and I trust that all these stories are going to reach very far. With given this what we are in today of social media, at least it can reach very far. Another thing is to market or to advocate for my book. If the more I sell my book, the more I get proceeds from it, and it can help me, and it helps also the organization to reach out to so many other people with disabilities. Because even during my education, my parents, there is a time they could not afford to pay my school fees, and they could do. I could try here and there. I remember when I was in high school, my father was almost failing to pay school fees, and I contacted an organization which was known as the Uganda Society for Disabled Children. It had a headquarter in UK, so it helped me to pay like 70% of the school fees. And now the government of Uganda also supported me like 20% of the school fees when I was at college. Here in Rwanda, when I was at university, I was pulling out of my pockets to pay for myself. But along the way, I got a project that paid for my school fees for 2 years, and I struggled with 2 years. So recently, when I was pursuing postgraduate diploma in theology and leadership, I struggled with the school fees, but in the midst of the course, I got sponsorship. So I would also feel very happy to pay back to the community through this organization I'm registering. Yeah, that's my
Okay.
request. Yes.
Okay, we will take forward your request to the Rotary Club of World Disability. So,
Yes.
thank you so much, Zinda Victor, for
Yes.
being our guest today.
Yes.
And from whole discussion or whatever you have mentioned about your challenges and
Yes.
the how you have overcome the incident of committing suicide, and then you heard that you would not going to take this step, and later
Yes.
on you have gave the message regarding that what youngster must take forward, that they should remain be positive.
Yes.
The family support is very important. They should listen their children and they should accept their child with disability, and
Yes.
they should work hard to succeed in the life. So from the
Yes.
whole, I would also like to add, because it is keep on me relating with the message that my film or our film is giving, that the voice we are seeking outside, it lies in our in
Yes.
inside of us. So whatever
Yes.
we are seeking outside from the justification from any other, but it is us who can break the barriers, it is us who can overcome all the challenges. So it is very
Yes.
very important to accept yourself as you are and move ahead with the with grace and dignity. So
Yes.
thank you so much, Vinda,
Yes.
Zinda Victor, being here. And now I would like to give this stage to the Ken. Can kindly join us, please?
Hello. That was a fascinating discussion. I think it's one that everybody needs to hear.
Thank you.
And when I hear these kind of stories, I wonder, okay, what makes you different than anybody else? Technically, nothing. You have the motivation, but I think within all of us, we have the motivation to do what you do,
Yes.
and hopefully that message gets out that I can do the same thing. So, my name is Ken Masson. I am the president of the Rotary Club of World Disability Advocacy. I just wanted to come in for a few minutes to just give a little plug to the club. Because if you enjoyed what you heard today, and you want to be a part of what we're doing, we are working on 8 different areas of focus for disabilities around the world, and we would love to have you join us. And so you can write to the Rotary Club at what you see at the bottom of the screen here at RotaryWDA at gmail.com. And thank you, Dr. Impey, and thank you, Zinda, for
Yes, please.
this
Thank you.
this
Thank you
really
so much
great,
Thank,
too.
really great
thank you.
interviews. So, okay, very good.
Yes.
And
You're welcome.
take care.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Next time.
Okay. Bye to everybody. And we'll, and Linda, how do they get in touch with you?
Come again.
How would somebody get in touch with you?
Anytime we can, maybe you can. Let's keep connected on WhatsApp.
No, but somebody okay. So, but somebody listening, we're still live at this moment. Somebody listen
Yes.
who do you have an email or something they can write to you at?
Yes. 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 It is. It is Zinda Victor. Zinda Victor at yahoo.com
Okay. Very good.
or Zinda Victor at gmail.com.
Sounds good. Okay.
Yes, in small letters.
Okay. Thank you. We're going to work on selling more of your books, and have a good day.
Oh, thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.